Okay, in this video I'm continuing with my comparison of Norwegian, Danish, and Swedish using the Hakusuisha CD Express series, which was published in the mid-90s. They've come out with newer versions, but the good thing about these versions is that they're consistent throughout the dialogues in the three languages, so it makes for good comparisons. In this dialogue, they're asking the question, have you been to the countries of Norway, Denmark, or Sweden? And so just to run through that dialogue very quickly here. In Norwegian it says, Har du vært I Norge? Have you been to Norway? Ja, det har jeg. Det har jeg. I've been there. Yeah, I have. Hvor mange ganger har du vært det? How many times have you been there? 2 ganger, 2 times. Hvor mange dager var du I Norge? How many days were you in Norway? Omtrent 10 uker. About 10 weeks. Når var det? When was that? Det var for 5 og 3 år siden. That was 5 and 3 years ago. Okay. So I have the dialogues here, simplified with their differences in Norwegian, Danish, and Swedish. Okay, and so just to go through these one by one. So in Norwegian they say, Har du vært I Norge? And in Norwegian they give, in these dialogues, in the audio tracks, they give a couple pronunciations of the R's in Norwegian. I'm not sure which is more standard or typical, but I take the hard R sound, so Har du vært I Norge. Sometimes they say Har du vært I Norge or something. I'm not exactly sure. In Danish they say, they kind of drop these R sounds, so it's Har du vært, Har du vært. So the spelling is also different here. Har du vært I Denmark? Har du vært I Denmark? Have you been to Denmark? In Swedish it's har du varit? Har du varit I Sverige? Sverige. And in Swedish these G sounds kind of take a Y, English Y sound. Sverige. You see that later. So yes, I have. Ja, det har jeg. Det har jeg. Det har jeg. In Norwegian it's kind of like a ye sound. Det har jeg. The I. Det har jeg. In Danish, ye. Det har jeg. Det har jeg. Det har jeg. Det har jeg. It's like a ye sound. Det har jeg. And in Swedish it's ja. Det har ja. 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 Det har jag. Ja. It's like a ja sound. Ja. Okay. Again, the best thing is to have native speakers read these because I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. So how many times have you been there? Hvor mange ganger har du vært det? Har du vært det? In Danish it's, the spelling is different. With ganger you drop the R, you don't pronounce it anyway, and the verb is different also. So it's the pronunciation of vor in Danish, it's kind of like a va. Hvor mange ganger har du vært det? Hvor mange ganger har du vært det? How many times have you been there? In Swedish the spelling is different a lot, so it's hur många gånger har du varit där? Hur många gånger har du varit där? And this is the typical way to recognize Swedish among these three, is this circular thing above the A's. Många gånger var där. Hur många gånger har du varit där? So 2 times. Två gånger. In Norwegian this O is kind of between a O and a U. Två 2 gånger. In Danish, it's a kind of a clear O. 2 gånger, 2 gånger. Swedish, 2 gånger, 2 gånger. How many days were you in the country? Hvor mange dagar var du i Norge? How many days were you in Norway? In Danish, hvor mange dagar var du i Denmark? Hvor mange dagar var du i Denmark? In Swedish, hur många dagar. I'm sorry. In Danish, actually, they dropped this G sound. It's like a day, actually. I just remembered. So, hvor mange dage var du i Denmark? Var du i Denmark? That's the better pronunciation of Danish. In Swedish, it's hur många dagar var du i Sverige? Hur många dagar var du i Sverige? Okay, about 10 weeks. Omtrent 10 uker. Omtrent 10 uker. In Norwegian, notice they say the R's here like kind of a French R. Omtrent 10 uker. In Danish, cirka 10 uger. Cirka 10 uger. So they drop this middle G sound like in day here. Cirka 10 uger. In Swedish, almost 10 weeks is, or about 10 weeks is ungefär, ungefär. So this G makes a Y sound. Ungefär 10 veckor. Ungefär 10 veckor. About 10 weeks. When was that? När var det? När var det? In Danish, it's vanor. I don't know why they do that, but it's just vanor. Vanor var det. And in Swedish, it's similar to the Norwegian, just with the spelling difference here. När var det? När var det? And the answer is, that was 5 and 3 years ago. So, det var för 5 och 3 år sedan. Det var för 5 och 3 år sedan. In Danish, it's the spelling is exactly the same, but it's pronounced a little bit different. So they say, det var för 5 och 3 år sedan. So they drop the D sound. The tre in Norwegian, or tre, I'm not sure, is kind of in Danish, has a little bit of a difference to it. It's like a tre sound, tre. Det var för 5 och 3 år sedan. Oh, and this O in Norwegian is like a O, 5 år, 3. In Danish, it's 5 år, It's not like a O, it's like a O. 3 år sedan. Swedish, it's det var för 5 år, 3 år sedan. Okay, so that is basically it. Again, if there are any native speakers that would be willing to read these as they speak them naturally, that would be great. And if anyone has any questions, let me know. Thank you.